Father Abraham had many sons had Father Abraham. I am one of them, and so are you. So let us praise the Lord, right? Father Abraham had many sons had Father Abraham. I am one of them, and so are you. So let's just praise the Lord, right arm, left arm. Father Abraham had many sons had Father Abraham. I am one of them, and so are you. So let us praise the Lord, right arm, right leg. Father Abraham had many sons had Father Abraham. I am one of them, and so are you. So let us praise the Lord, right arm, right, left leg. Father Abraham had many sons had Father Abraham. I am one of them, and so are you. So let us praise the Lord, right arm, right leg, left leg, chest out. Father Abraham had many sons had Father Abraham. I am one of them, and so are you. So let us praise the Lord, right arm, right leg, left leg, chest out, chin up. Father Abraham had many sons had Father Abraham. I am one of them, and so are you. So let us praise the Lord, right arm, right leg, left leg, chest up, chin up, tongue up. La 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 If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, and you really want to show that you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, say amen.
Amen.
If you're happy and you know it, say amen.
Amen.
If you're happy and you know it, and you really want to show that you're happy and you know it, say amen.
Amen.
If you're happy and you know it, stamp your feet. If you're happy and you know it, stamp your feet. If you're happy and you know it, and you really want to show that you're happy and you know it, stamp your feet. If you're happy and you know it, nod your head.
Naughty.
If you're happy and you know it, nod your head.
Naughty.
If you're happy and you know it, and you really want to show it that you're happy and you know it, nod your head. If you're happy and you know it, praise the Lord.
Praise the Lord.
If you're happy and you know it, praise the Lord.
Praise the Lord.
If you're happy and you know it, and you really want to show that you're happy and you know it, praise the Lord.
Praise the Lord.
If you're happy and you know it, do them all. Amen. Naughty, praise the Lord. If you're happy and you know it, do them all. Amen. Naughty, praise the Lord. If you're happy and you know it, and you really want to show that you're happy and you know it, do them all. Amen. Naughty, praise the Lord. Good morning, boys and girls. It's time for our mission story. Let's sit quietly and listen. Today, our mission story is coming from Poland. How many of us know where Poland is?
I'm sure you're guessing in your homes where Poland is. Poland, we know, is a very cold country. And the title of our mission story is Living in Hospital. And our little boy's name is Tom. Tom is a 5-year-old boy that lives in Poland. And Tom had a disease that kept him in hospital most of his life between the ages of 5 and 6. So one morning, he couldn't get up in the morning because he had a fever, he had a cold, and he had chest pains. We know those are symptoms of the current coronavirus, some of them, but it wasn't corona. So his parents took him to the hospital. At the hospital, the doctors tried all sorts of things. They tried to do x-rays. They tried to check if his blood was okay. They did all sorts of tests. They gave him all sorts of medicines. So Tom, at some points, he would get to feel better, and the doctors would let him go home. But when he went home, he would only spend 2 to 3 days at home. Then he would get worse, and his parents would have to take him back to hospital. And so the parents took him back to the hospital. And when they got to the hospital, the doctors were sad to see him back at the hospital. The doctors even started to avoid mommy and daddy because they didn't know what to tell mommy and daddy anymore. But one day, mommy got up and she followed the doctor. And when she went to the doctor, she shouted at the doctor, like, "Why aren't you telling me what's happening with my son?" And the doctor said, "I don't know what to do with your son. It has gone beyond me." So mommy said, "There's only one person who would be able to heal her son." So she went to her son with tears in her eyes, and she went to Tom. But Tom could sense that something was wrong with mommy that day. He could feel a sadness in mommy. So when she came, he asked her, "Mommy, what's wrong?" And mommy didn't say anything. Tom was looking out his hospital window, and since it's a snowy country in Poland, his friends were sliding down the hill on their sleds, and we know how much fun that is. I'm sure we've seen it on TV. He saw his friends playing outside with their mummies and daddies. When they come down the hill, they would find their mummies and daddies hugging them when they finish. So Tom said to his mom and said, "Mommy, will I ever be a normal boy again? Will I be able to play with my friends? Will I be able to go out and play in the snow?" And mommy started to cry. But mommy said, if we talk to one more doctor, you shall be healed. And Tom immediately knew that mommy was talking about Jesus and praying to God. So immediately after mommy said that, they both knelt down and they prayed. After they finished praying, Tom got back into his hospital bed. And the next morning, he started to feel a little better. The cough started to go away. The chest pain started to reduce. And he started with each day. So that was day 1. Day 2, he was even much better. He was more energetic. He could talk. He was laughing with his mom and his dad. By day 3, day 4, everything was gone. He had no chest pains, no nothing. The doctors were astonished and they were surprised to see that he has recovered. And that's how they let Tom go home. Tom is now 28 years old and he has dedicated his life to serving God. And how is he going to do that? He has become a doctor. He's studying medicine and he's going to specialize in lung diseases. That's what his specialty is, because God saved his life. So he's decided to dedicate the rest of his life in the mission of being a doctor without borders. And that is the end of our mission story, boys and girls.
Good morning, guys. Good morning again. It's now time for Bible, and you know what it means when it's time for Bible. Can everybody get busy and get your Bibles so that we can enjoy our story? Angomainza started it for us. Noah had to build an ark, and I saw beautiful activity. People took their time to just do their work. How lovely. Even when we can't meet, it feels like we are still together. We continue. Last week it was Genesis 6. Today is Genesis chapter 7. And the title of our Bible is A Floating Zoo. Wow. I could imagine a floating zoo. There are animals everywhere, nice animals. The lions, the elephants, the giraffe, the zebra. Okay, enough of the imagination. My question is, has any one of you seen a 600-year-old man? 600 years. 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600 years. Oh my goodness. Noah was 600 years. Let's get back into the story. Imagine Noah, after building the ark, after putting everything together, after building a 6-story type of building, I guess. It was a huge boat that will fill the earth. Everyone was doing their last patches, their last touch-ups. Those that were helping Noah to build the ark were doing their last patches. Everything inside was sorted out. After they had done, now God told him, Noah, you will have to get the animals into the ark, and they have to come 2 by 2, 1 female, 1 male, and they have to be 7 different type of species. Ooh, God is gracious. I think there, do I think? No, I know. There are plenty species. You could imagine when he was told that, he did not disobey, and he was still hoping that some of his friends were going to come into the ark, as he was preaching for a long time, and everybody else kept on laughing. Ha 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 ha, you've seen that man, he's a madman. Everybody was laughing, and when he was explaining to them, we are going to have a flood. Do you know what a flood is? Boys and girls, do you know what a flood is? Okay, let me explain. You people who want to take a bath, mommy tells you, no, you have to take your bath at 16 hours. And you guys refuse. No, mommy, I'm going to have my bath at 17 hours. Why? Because I want to put water in the bathtub. And you open the tap. The water goes, you forget, you go and play with your friend. Especially you, Mutinda, you are playing there with Mainza, you are playing everywhere with Michelo. So, by the time you realize, oh my, Lululeto, the tub is overflowing, the water has come out of the bathroom, it's headed to the living room, and everything gets messed up because there's so much water, the chairs are so watery and are messy. That is what a flood. Now that is a small flood. A huge flood was going to come. So God says, Noah, get the animals ready. Noah obeyed. He called the birds. You could imagine millions of birds coming. Plenty birds. They were already in pairs. There was a female and there was a male. They all went right into the ark. They were directed where they were supposed to go, and they went there and settled. After they settled, he had to still get some more animals. The elephants were to come. The giraffe were coming. They were all coming in pairs. And I could imagine these animals were even singing as they were going and walking. They were obedient. And still Noah's friends were still laughing at Noah. Look at this madman. Ha 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 ha. How do you live in one place with all these animals? Noah ignored all that. He continued. The animals were going in. The elephants went in. The lions went in. The leopard went in. The anaconda went in. The crocodiles went in. The fishes, everything that God had created on this earth went into the boat. There's one part that I forgot, Auntie Patricia. Noah's family, Noah's children went on the boat. Noah's wife was on the boat. And some of the relatives to the wives went on the boat. They were waiting there as Noah was helping the animals enter. And while he was making the animals get into the boat, he was hoping that some of the friends, even those that were helping him build the ark, he was still hoping they would come and enter. They would come and be part of the boat. Unfortunately, I think most of their friends convinced those workers that were working on this huge boat to say, my friend, how do you get into this boat where there's everything? There are all the animals, there's noise, there's dung everywhere. No, I don't think you need to be on this boat. And you know what happened, guys? Are you reading the Bible? Are you reading with me? Oh my. God had to shut the door to the ark. And the animals were there. And the rains came. That is where our floating soul comes from. The boat was floating and the animals were happy in the ark. So we go to our power text today. I know you know. I know you guys, because you guys are so intelligent. You know the power text. And you know our memory text. Our memory verse today is coming from Philippians 1:27. Work together as a team for the faith. Philippians 1:27. Work together as a team for the faith. And our PowerPoint, our memory text, our message, you know what we do at our class. Our memory text, our message is, people in God's family work as a team. So even as we are home, let's work as a team. Let's enjoy working with our brothers and sisters, our mommies and our daddies, even our friends, our neighbors. We can work together. Let's share the love that we have. That was our Bible story today. And we shall sit quietly as Uncle Mayinza comes up with the activity.
Good morning, boys and girls. Welcome back. It's time for our favorite part of Sabbath school class in primary. I know we all like to come, Uncle Mayinza, is there activity? Today, there is an activity. Remember last week, we made the boat. Do you remember? Here's my boat. I made my boat. This is from last week. And now we're going to complete it. Remember, I told you your boat is not complete. So, this is my boat from last week. I've got Noah. I've got my animals going into the ark. I'm going to show you how to create it. Auntie Patricia is here to help me as I show you. So, see, my boat is rocking. Yes, I've got a rocking boat. So, the first thing I want us to do is to take our blue pieces of manila paper. I don't know if it's blue or green or yellow or pink. We take our plain manila paper. We're going to write our memory verse. We write our memory verse on it like this. So we're going to have our memory verse in the corner and our power text at the bottom. And then we leave space in the middle for our animals to walk through in between our memory verse and our power text. So we're going to make a road, just like the animals came in 2 by 2, and Noah was watching them as they came in. And I'm sure he was astonished to see such a beautiful sight, to see all those animals coming together as the Lord has called them. So we're going to start. Remember, I'm going to there are those who might not have made the boat, so we're going to make the boat again. So we take a paper plate and we fold it in half, right down the middle. It's very simple to make the boat. You fold it down the middle, and you see, you can put it on your table, and when you put it on your table, it's going to be rocking back and forth. So on your paper plate, I still want you to draw the timber and the planks. Remember when I told the stories, we had planks, the wood, the gopher wood that was used to make the ark. So you can use a ruler. If your hand is good at drawing a straight line, you can use it. So the way I've done mine, as you can see, I've got my planks of wood. And then you can even color. You can color them brown. You can color the paper plate brown. If you've got paint, you can use paint. So Once you're done with it, it should look like this. You can stick your Noah right next to the door. Remember to put the door in the corner so that the animals can easily go in and out of the ark. So we're going to cut our little strip. So you draw a line right at the top of your manila paper. You draw a nice straight line, no madongo dongo. And it has to be nice and small so that you don't have to make such a big hole in the doorway. So we're going to do it quickly like that. Then you take your scissors, you give mommy and daddy the scissors. I'm sure mommy and daddy might have even pre-cut it for you. If they have pre-cut it for you, you can go ahead and stick the animals onto the strip. I don't know what animals you want to put there. You can put chickens, you can put cows, you can put a snake. I don't like snakes. You can put even goats. You can put all kinds of animals, even lions and lionesses. You can put them on there. And we're cutting. And Patricia, are you with me?
Yes, Uncle Mainza.
I can see her even ahead of me. And Patricia's already sticking her animals onto our little strip of paper. So once you stick all your animals on, I'll show you mine in a bit. Since I did it, and then Patricia sticks. Once you stick all your animals onto your strip of paper, you take your ark. Remember the door is in the corner, and you put your paper in, so it makes it look like the animals are actually going to the ark. So you can put it like that, and then see as you put it in the end, right on the other corner, you cut a hole at the back. Mommy and Daddy will show you where to cut the hole. And then you pull the animals through. See, like Auntie Patricia has done it there. So we're there, and then we put it right there. So you stack your Noah onto the corner, you put your strip there, then we have our power text and our memory text on the manila paper on the ground to make it look like the animals are walking into the ark. And you have your ark rocking back and forth. And Patricia, are we winning?
Yes, we are. No, mine is madongo somewhere.
So maybe you need to make your entrance slightly bigger.
Really, Uncle Mainza?
Yes, you do.
Because the bears are big.
Yes, the bears are big. You can use all kinds of animals. I've got crocodile, I've got tigers, I've got elephants, I've even got penguins. How many of us know what a penguin? Have we seen a penguin before? I've got a penguin right here. I've got all kinds of animals here. I've got an ostrich, I've got quite a number of animals. I've got kangaroos, I've got zebras, I've got rhinos, I've got all sorts of animals. So you have your rocking boat. And that is our simple and straightforward activity. You can even add a rainbow. You can get a picture of a rainbow and add the rainbow at the top. You can add all sorts of things to make your activity look even better and nicer. You can color the logs in the lines. You can color everything and make your activity look very nice. And the Patricia is just cutting out her Noah to put him right next to the boat as he walks in. So boys and girls, I hope we've learned the lesson. I hope we listened and heard about Noah, about how his whole family came together to help build the ark. Remember that even we should be good boys and girls, that even when we're at home with mommy and daddy, we can help them in everything they do. If it's cleaning the table at home, if it's sweeping the house, because I know we're all in the house the whole day, the house gets dirty. Let's not just wait for mommy and daddy and auntie to clean the house. Let's take responsibility as little children to come and help them so that we can all achieve one goal. Just like Noah and his family built the ark. Yes, and that is the end of our activity. Thank you. Stay tuned. Go and join mommy and daddy for first service as we listen to the pastor. And Patricia, do you have anything to say to our boys and girls?
Boys and girls, these activities have been so nice. I feel like I'm with you guys. Let's be good boys and girls. Noah built the ark with the family because they worked together. And like Uncle Mainza said, we're going to be good boys and girls and we're going to work together. And we hope that you will take the activity serious like we are in class, and we are going to keep them in our boxes so that when we meet that day, when we meet, you know our place where we meet, we are going to unpack and see who has got the best and the madongodongos. But we usually encourage not to do madongodongos. Then we can have, what we usually do at primary class, for those that are doing their work, for those that are doing their activity. Be good boys and girls. Hope to see you next Sabbath for another activity, another lesson. Bye for now.
Bye-bye.
Okay, thank you, Auntie Patricia and Uncle Mayenza, for the wonderful story of Noah. Now, I want us to look at something very important about Noah's story with the title, The Essentials or the Importance of Noah's Story. Now, I want us to learn a few things from Noah's story. 5 points that I want us to concentrate on. Number 1, love. Number 2, obedience. Number 3, faith. Number 4, unity. Number 5, God's promises are true. Okay, we go back to number 1. First question, what is love? How do you understand love? In my own understanding, I would say love is a set of emotions, a set of belief or behavior. Okay? Now, love is associated with a strong feeling. Now, we all say, I love mommy and daddy, I love my friend, I love my dog, I love my cat, all those things. Now, here's one thing that I want us to look at. I want us to look at the love of God. The love of God. Now, in John 21, verse 17, a question is asked. If you love me, feed my flock. If you love me, feed my sheep. That's a question that Christ asked Peter. Now, let me just read this to you. Without the love of Jesus Christ, we couldn't be a faithful shepherd over the Lord's flock. We may have knowledge, we may have gratitude and the zeal to do all aid or to do all good work, but if we don't have the love of Jesus Christ in our heart, the work of a Christian minister, which is you and I, we are all ministers. The work of us Christian ministers is a failure. Now, Noah had love. Love for who? Love for God. Okay? Noah had love for God. That's why even when God commanded him to build the ark, he built it because he looked at the love that he has for him, and also the love for his children, and also the love for the community. Number 2, obedience. Remember our adventurer law says, be obedient. That's number 1, be obedient. Noah was obedient to God. Noah was obedient to God's law. Remember, Ephesians 6 verse 1 says, children obey what? Children obey your parents. That's what the Bible says. Now, here we find that because of the obedience that Noah had, okay, it was easy for him to build the ark. Now, let me take you back to the first point, love. When we have love for God, or when we have love for Jesus, then we are going to have what? Obedience. We will be obedient to what? To God's law. Because we know that when God tells us to do something, we have to do it because he has told us that because he loves us. Now, point number 3, faith. What is faith? What do you understand by the word faith? All of us have heard faith, faith in the Bible, yes. Now, I want us to get faith, the definition of faith from Hebrews 11. And it says, faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Okay? The things hoped for and the things not seen. That is faith. Now, here we go. By faith, being warned of God of things not as seen yet, Noah, moved with fear, prepared the ark. Okay? Noah had never seen rain. Then God tells him, there's a great flood that is coming. Build an ark. Do what? Build an ark. Remember, Hebrews again 11 verse 6 says, without faith. Without what? Without faith. It is hard to please God. So, we need to have faith for us to please God. We go back to verse 1, to the first part. We had what? Love. Number 2, we had what? Obedience. Number 3, we have what? Faith. So when we have love, it's easy for us to what? To obey God's law. And when we obey God's law, because of the love and the faith that we have, okay, because of the love and the obedience that we have, our faith will grow. Now, point number 4, which I mentioned, is what? Unity. What is unity? What do you understand by the word unity? Anyone just try to define unity in your own words. In my own words, unity is a state of being one. Unity is what? A state of being what? One. Now, one. What are we talking about? Here's the thing. Unity of faith is an equal belief of the same truth of God and the possession of the grace of faith in the like form and in the degree. Okay? That's unity. The other thing, Noah's family was united. If Noah's family wasn't united to build the ark, I can tell you one thing. Noah would have built the ark alone. And it would have taken him a long time for him to finish building the ark. But because there was unity between Noah's family, or there was unity among Noah's family, they managed to build the ark. Now, the last point that I want us to look at. God's promises are what? God's promises are true. What do you understand by the term or the word promise? Now, here's the thing. Promise. A promise is a declaration or an assurance that one will do something. A declaration or an assurance that one will do something. Remember, after the flood, God said, I will put a big ball in the sky. What's that ball that we always see? It's got a number of colors. It's got red, blue, white, orange. It's just got a number of colors. What do we call that? A rainbow. That's a promise. Now, here's the thing. He tells Noah to say, in Genesis 9, verse 16, and the bow shall be in the cloud, and I will look upon it, that I may remember the everlasting covenant between God and every living creature of flesh that is upon the earth. Every living creature of God that is upon what? The earth. Now, he continues to say, the Lord declares that when we look upon the bow, or when we look at the rainbow, he will remember his what? His covenant between what? Him and us. It was God's purpose that as the children of that generation, we should always look at God's promises. Now, we go back to the first. We've mentioned all the 5. The first was what? Love. The second was what? Obedience. The third was what? Faith. The fourth was what? Unity. The fifth and the last one is what? What? What was that again? God's promises. Now, during this time of the flood that we have of the coronavirus, okay, God will still send a rainbow at the end of this time, at the end of this coronavirus, and everyone else, all of us will be happy because all of us will be safe and all of us will be healed. I hope to see you again next time, okay? I hope you enjoyed the story of Noah. Enjoy your Sabbath and bye-bye to you. As Auntie Patricia comes up, I say, enjoy your Sabbath and bye-bye.